Welcome back, everyone. Len Archibald, our movie critic, with us today. He saw The Batman, the big blockbuster, second only to Spider-Man so far, and in numbers as far as what it's earned so far. You loved it, like everyone else I've heard, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, this was the big winner at the box office. I think it made $128 million or something insane. What really surprised me, though, was the critical consensus, both on the part of general critics, but of the audience as well. I do think the praise is well deserved. So the Batman takes place 2 years into Bruce Wayne taking on the cape and the cowl in Gotham City. There is a new serial killer, the Riddler, played by Paul Dano from There Will Be Blood, for example, and he's terrorizing the city. And at the same time, Batman, working with Jim Gordon, played by Jeffrey Wright, always brilliant Jeffrey Wright, have to solve the case and try to take the Riddler down. And yeah, one of the great things about this, this is, obviously, people talk about, the grounded take on Batman, but in terms of what we've seen with the Christopher Nolan trilogy, which was still viewed as a stripped-down version. This is something different because we've never seen Batman as a detective. We've never seen him in a real hard-boiled type of universe. The way this Gotham City is presented to us, that Matt Reeves of Cloverfield and the last couple New Planet of the Apes trilogy films has created, and it's something honestly to behold.
Yeah, the other thing is I've heard a lot of people say this is a Bruce Wayne that's flawed, and a lot of the other ones tried to make it seem like Batman was always in control and had everything. This one seems a little more conflicted on things.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Robert Pattinson a lot, and I know that there are always rumblings about his past playing Twilight, but Robert Pattinson has honestly grown into a really phenomenal actor, and he was a great choice to play Batman and Bruce Wayne. You'll see. This is the first Batman movie where there is more Batman than Bruce Wayne. And even the presentation of Bruce Wayne is almost like he's still playing Batman. And because he's still new at what he does, this is the thing that I really actually love about this movie. The fact that he's still new at what he does, he still doesn't know what he's doing. He is still conflicted about his emotions and the anger over the death of his parents, and his anger rooted at the city and who he is trying to be. Everyone calls him vengeance. Very rarely he's called the Batman in this. I think maybe once or twice he's referred to as the Batman. Other than that, everyone calls him Vengeance. And that is how he's portrayed and how he pushes himself and presents himself to the criminal element just as this force of nature. But this force of nature still has limits and still isn't able to do everything that he sets out to do because he is vengeance. There are other things that he still has to learn as both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
You mentioned Paul Dano. How did he do in Zoe Kravitz?
So Paul Dano was great. He was horrifying, honestly, as the Riddler. Some of the things that this movie was actually able to get away with a PG-13 rating is insane, and a lot of that is to Paul Dano's credit. Zoe Kravitz steals the show. This is the movie I think that's really going to be her breakout. Everyone, I mean, despite the fact that everyone may have minor differences about the film and everything, everyone is unanimous that Zoe Kravitz steals this movie. And she is a phenomenon. She has such a cool nature, quality nature to Catwoman. Very sleek, and she's also so strong-willed and independent. And we get to see Catwoman be a cat burglar, I think maybe for the first time ever, to actually really get into what she does and how good she is at it. We've seen little tidbits in some of the other films, but this film again dives really deep into the mythology. And I also would be remiss as well if I didn't mention the absolute brilliant score by Michael Giacchino. He's done stuff for Lost and other films in the past, but this is right up there with some of my favorite superhero scores like Superman, The Dark Knight, 1989 Batman. This is going to be up there with those film scores.
Very cool. Is this a 5 Lennies?
Yeah, this is definitely a 5 Lenny. I've seen this movie 3 times, and this movie is 3 hours long. So I've sat through 9 hours of Batman. The movie has to be great for me to do that.
That's right. You said it's pushing 3 hours. Spoiler alert, Bruce Wayne is Batman. We should have thrown that out there. Hey,
Yeah.
Len, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Nice chatting with you. We'll be back after this.